previously on Wow, That's Crazy.
This story I won't tell you is about a time that I was basically in like a car explosion. The car smashed into the pump, and then my whole car shut. Next thing you know, flames, woof, happened so quick. Bam, in the back. But this little Spanish dude, he done crawled over to the passenger side and jumped out the window. So I'm about, as I'm getting up, be like, yo man, you good? You okay? You feel me? He looked back at me and took off. Lieutenant show up on the scene. The lieutenant like, you know what? Come on. He takes me. A couple more deputies follow me and shit. Like I feel like they got the dude standing there. He was standing still there by the cop car, but they had him stand up there with the cuffs on. He had his head down like this. It's about time I come close. They tell him to lift his head up. He going to lift his head up, and he see me, and his eyes got big like that. I said, "Oh, that's him. That's him. I know that from anywhere."
I'm gonna say that this actually happened, even though I feel some parts of it you definitely added a little bit to it to kind of spice it up. I think it happened.
You're right, but you are also wrong.
Okay, so how?
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you how.
Okay.
You're right about the story being true.
Okay.
You're wrong about embellishing anything about the story.
Oh my God!
Detail that happened that I told you really and truly did happen.
Hey y'all, I'm Winnie, a therapist and a life coach who enjoys humor and a good laugh.
Now, this just can't be possible. How is this actually happening right now?
I love hearing people's stories because stories connect us all on such a deep level.
So like ever since then, it's like the fear is like doubled times 10.
I find storytellers with great, unique, and sometimes ridiculously crazy stories to tell.
And his eyes got big like that. I said, "Oh, that's him. That's him. I know that from anywhere."
And I try to guess whether the story I just heard was true or made up.
I was like, Lord, I know I'm not supposed to be getting seduced by stuff like this. You never said that this type of stuff was fake.
The best part about it is that you get to help me solve the mystery.
The next thing I know, Justin Bieber is hopping out of an Escalade going to a hotel.
Was the story that I just heard true? Or was it made up?
Woo! I'm getting into this. Yeah. All right.
You're watching Wow, That's Crazy. Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Wow, That's Crazy. For tonight's episode, we're going to be hearing a story from Eunika. Hi, Eunika. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Winnie. Nice to meet you. I'm happy to be here.
You too. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Awesome. So you have a story to tell me.
I have many stories, but I'm going to tell one.
Okay, well, go for it.
And let me just get a sip of this.
Okay, sure.
That's important.
Okay. Let's hear it.
So here's the story. I'm not going to say any names just to protect the identity of whoever that may be.
Sure.
So it was one of my exes who was we were still in a relationship then. I had to go pick him up from a date gone completely wrong. Not a date with me, a date with someone else. Okay. So where do I start? I was at a charity event with a few friends of mine. Mm-hmm. My phone started ringing off the hook. That was him calling. So looked at the phone, finally picked up. He was like kind of nervous, telling me, "Hey, I'm at that restaurant. Can you come pick me up?" So mind you, he's he carries himself well. He dresses up. He had a brand new BMW 750L, whatever that was, So I was like, your car broke down. He's like, yeah, I don't really have time to give you so many details. Just come get me. I was like, oh, I'm at this party, but okay. So my friends were like, oh, okay, just he can catch a cab. And I'm like, okay, well, in his defense, we were like towards the end days of our relationship, but we were still on.
Okay.
So I decided to go pick him up.
Okay.
One thing caught my attention during the call. He begged me to come through the back door of the restaurant to pick him up. Strange. And I pulled up to the scene, right? I got there and I saw his car, brand new BMW, like I said. That was years ago. At that time, it was a brand new one. So all 4 tires are slashed. And there was a car across from his car. One of the tires were, only one was slashed. So if you know me, I didn't go through the back door. I went through the front.
Okay.
So went there. I was in the process of parking my car. I saw a guy about to lose his mind, pants under his butt, a gun in his hand, cussing out, screaming, yelling. And I was like, what's wrong with this guy? And right next to him, there was a homeboy with him. And across from him, there was a girl begging him to, hey, leave. I didn't really catch everything. I usually mind my business. So I went through the situation, parked my car, and that restaurant is a very famous local restaurant. It actually turns into a club scene after 9 or 10 o'clock. So I pulled up around that time. They were in the process of switching it. So I used to go there. One of the security guys I know really well, and he goes to my gym. I saw him and I was like, I can tell his name, Jose. I was like, hey, Jose. And then he was like, hey, hi, what you doing here? I'm like, well, I'm here to pick up my man. He asked me to come pick him up. His car broke down, but what's wrong with the tires? I was like, oh, that's your man? He doesn't deserve you. Let me walk you inside. So that's when it gets really interesting. So I walk inside. I found my man with his beautiful date sitting there. They were the only one in the restaurant. They looked nervous. The lady's crying. And I walk up to him and I was like, hey, hi, I'm here to pick you up. What's going on? He's like, oh, did you come through the back? I was like, hell no, I'm in the front. What's going on? So the girl kind of, on top of that, right? She looked at me up and down like, I thought you said your sister was coming to pick you up. I'm like, oh, I had his sister. What's going on? So finally, turns out he didn't want to give me any details. So, but when I threatened to actually leave and not go with him, and I'm like, well, you got your car, so I guess call a cab. If you can't give me any explanation, there's no reason for me to go through the back. Somehow he ended up taking the girl on a date while we were together, right? I hope you caught on that. Yeah. So he ended up taking the homegirl on a date. And I guess with him, he has good looks, carries himself well. He didn't have money, but he looked like he had money. The girl decided to go on a date with him, but the girl had a whole man at the house. So while the girl was getting ready, she told the boyfriend, whoever was at the house living with her, that she was going out with her female friend. That was the girl that was outside. But the guy kind of had that suspicion that, something's not right. So he had his homeboy follow them. So the guy got there. He saw what was happening. So that's how he disabled my man's car. Well, my ex's car then. And he only slashed one of her tires so she wouldn't leave. That gave the actual her man enough time to come to the scene and wanting to kill my man.
Oh my God.
I was caught in the middle of all that. So after getting all this explanation, and the girl kept looking up and down at me, and I'm like, well, you're going through all this and I'm still your concern. I'm here to save y'all. you know, show some respect.
Right.
But anyway, long story short, I ended up, that was me then, right? I ended up taking the car and driving to the back to go pick him up. And as my man was getting in the car, the other guy kind of saw the movement, and he kind of realized that was him, and he started shooting his gun. I don't know if it was up or in anybody's direction. I remember just driving off, and we just drove off. And all I remember, we ended up like maybe 5 miles later. That's when I was like, okay, are we safe now? And then my man then was like, I don't think it's safe for us to go home tonight in case we're being followed. He never gave me any additional explanation. And I was like, so where do you want to go? I said, well, let's go stay at a hotel. And we ended up staying at a hotel that night. And I never had any additional information. Matter of fact, that night, he tried me like nothing ever happened. So I got really mad and left the hotel room.
Oh my gosh.
That's all I have to say about that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that definitely sounds wild. That was for sure a very, very wild story. And as I was listening to you, I was trying to figure out, some of the details, keeping track of everything that you were telling me to see if you were making it up as you go or if this actually happened. And I kind of feel like the story could be true. I also feel like this is something that you could see on a reality TV show with like all the different, pieces and all the different details and stuff. Like, I just feel like, oh my gosh, like this could really be something that I could see on a reality TV show. And so I'm gonna go with my gut and say that you made this up. This didn't actually happen. So my guess is you made up the story. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing this story with me. This was great. This was fun. It was wild for sure, but I do appreciate you coming on and sharing the story with us. So that's our show for tonight. Thank you so much, Eunika.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me here. And he's probably going to kill me if I don't give him a shout out. This look is brought to you by my husband.
Oh, wow, awesome.
He put me together.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yes, thanks so much, guys, for having me. And
yeah,
good luck with everything.
Bye, everybody.